Hi, Pastor Kevin here with Monday's Advent for Everyone reading. This passage is always a difficult one to read, mainly because it seems so incredibly challenging to follow. The first thing that I noticed that N.T. Wright pointed out was this idea of how shocking Jesus saying, "Let the dead bury their own dead" would be. And in fact, if Jesus was truly telling this Jewish man to not bother burying his father, just how important is he saying that this one thing of following after him is? It would be a shocking thing in his Jewish culture and identity to believe. The second thing that I really paid attention to in this is this idea about Jesus going to the places of the deepest pain. That's part of the Son of Man's identity. This image in Isaiah 53 about a suffering servant is often used to describe Jesus in his crucifixion. But the fact that in this passage, N.T. Wright ties it, well, and actually Jesus himself ties it, Matthew does when he says he himself took our weaknesses and bore our diseases, to talk about Jesus and his healing ministry, which then leads into this other idea that Jesus showed his authority by healing people, and his healing took him to suffering. So this connection of Jesus' authority connected to Jesus' suffering. And the idea that the authority of the Son of Man is directly tied to his suffering. That what God did when entering human flesh was actually come into our very suffering. That's a remarkable thing, and something that I think differentiates Jesus from anyone else who's ever lived. The fact that he would literally come into the places of the deepest suffering, not avoiding those places, not pushing them away, and that he calls us followers to do the same, not to avoid suffering at all costs, like our culture usually wants to do, but instead to enter it with people, to enter those places of deepest pain, and there find that Jesus is Lord, even in those places. God bless you on this Monday.